Hello, guys. This is Pinkie the Housewife, and I know it's late. It's very late here. It's 1:21 a.m. Yes, I'm up late, but I needed to make sure I bring you the the updated version of today's saga or today's drama with legendary or the mogul, rap mogul, Sean P. Diddy Combs, or however you want to say his name. Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love, Brother Love, or whatever. But anyway, I'm bringing you, um, today is day 3. Let me just say everything is alleged. This is my opinion only. And this video that I'm making is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So I just wanted to make sure I get that out of the way. And do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button. That's the thumbs up. So that way YouTube can recommend my video to other people that may like my content. And second thing I need you to do is go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So once you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and thank you now so we can get on with the matter at hand. Okay? Which is P. Diddy himself. Okay? Now, like I said, today is the third day. Because on Monday, which was the 16th, September the 16th, he was in New York, right? He's been there for a week because he knew things was coming to a close. Things was closing in on him. Okay. So he's been there for a week. And he's supposed to be turning himself in on a Tuesday, which would have been September the 17th. Okay. Now, all this stems from the allegations of all the things, misdeeds that he have done. Okay. From his ex, Cassie Ventura, and then all the other stuff. The racketeering, the trafficking, you know, sex trafficking, should I say? Rather just saying trafficking, and the fraud, coercion of victims, and everything. And then, transporting people from cross state lines from one state to the other. You can't do that. You can't do those things and think you're going to get away with it. Not in today's time. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, and he used his company, he had several companies and several businesses, lots of them, P. Diddy does. But one particular one, which is Combs Enterprise, stated in the seal indictment documents that on page 11, number 15, where it say notice of special sentencing factor. Okay. It talks about Combs Enterprise, how he used that company for all his misdeeds. It talks about all the employees. In this company, this is from at least in or about 2009 and up to and including in about 2018. But this stuff been going on allegedly since 2008. So, and I want to make sure I got that date right. I think it is 2008, but if I'm wrong, I'll correct it. But and up until today, which is 2024, not 2024, 2024. So this man been at this for many, many years, too many years to count, abusing, trafficking, all the racketeering, everything. This man has been using, uh, should I say, commercial sex workers, having what they call them, his little parties. You know, he have those parties, those freak offs. You know, everybody know what the freak offs are. Basically, it's a party where it's like almost like a big orgy going around. You know, but he calls them his freak offs. You know, but basically, when I say day three, I mean he been in New York in his hotel for a week, allegedly. Not that he had to stay in and out, but he moved up to New York because things was coming to a close and he knew something was going to happen. So he's in his hotel room and allegedly supposed to be turning himself in on a Tuesday, which is the next day on the 17th. But instead, the feds decide you don't tell us, or we don't have to get your permission or follow your game plan when you want to turn yourself in. We're going to do what we want to do. And most times, feds, they don't make, they don't jump on things until they know they got a solid case, as I understand. And I could be wrong, but my understanding is that they want to make sure they got a solid case. And they've been working on this stuff. Most people think they've just been working on it since they raided his homes, the one in California and the one in Florida. No, they've been looking at this man for years, you know. But what helped him out, I would, well, you can say helped him out, is not that she arranged it with him, but his ex, which is Cassie Ventura. But I won't actually, she doesn't, it doesn't seem like she was an ex. It seems like she was forced to be his girlfriend, in my opinion. Forced to have sex, a relationship with him, forced to be in the bed with him, forced to do everything that's been going on, you know. I don't even think she liked him that way, you know, but I could be wrong. But all the things and, everything she said about him, oh, he denied everything, you know, and people was afraid to think, oh, yeah, she could be right because then the idol that they look up to, this almost a billionaire, you heard my word, almost a billionaire, right? Could be a demon or a devil, you know? So they rather think that she was doing it she was bringing these allegations against him for the money. No. What woman, well, would go through all that just for some money? Having XEX with strangers. He just pick them out of the lineup. Oh, you get in. You can't fake that. You can't enjoy that while he's sitting over there in a corner like a creep, pleasuring himself. You can make this thing up. But anyway, let me get to the matter at hand. Today is day 3. Monday, he was arrested. He was taken into the jail. He was arrested. I don't know whether they put him in handcuffs or not. I don't care about that. But he was taken to the Popo house, the jailhouse, okay? And got his mug shot, got everything done. You just a regular old criminal like everybody else. Diddy, yeah. And then I guess you thought your $50 million gonna get you home. You just be there a few hours, you're going to make bail and you're going to go home. I know. That's shocking to you. I bet you that lawyer, when he heard no bail, he probably could have passed out. I don't know, did he pass out? But knowing how you react, knowing your temper, oh Lord, if, you know, the man probably was shaking in his boots, ready to hit the next door opening, or crawl up under the desk, or hide behind some of the chairs and benches. Or, he probably was scared to even go get in his car. Because he looked today like he haven't slept in months with all them bags up under his eyes. Because you got the man scared, got the man working 24 hours a day. You're supposed to sleep and eat some of those times, some of those hours. But that man looked like he haven't slept in I don't know when. So many months he don't even know what day it is. He looked stressed out today at his press conference, um, news conference, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so you was arrested on Monday, Tuesday, and you didn't go home. You stayed there because bail was denied. And then Tuesday, which was yesterday, no, you was arrested on Monday. Tuesday, bail was denied, and you didn't go home like you planned to go, or like you was thinking you was gonna go. You had your whole family was in the courtroom and everything, and they heard the same thing. No bail. You stay. You gonna get your bed. You're gonna get a bed just like everybody else. You get a cell like every. No, I don't know. Did she sell all that though? But you get a bed. You get a cell. That little tiny bed. That little tiny cell. Probably about the size. Let me see something about the size of that cell. No, I don't know nothing that small that would be at your house, Diddy, because that's tiny. Maybe a mud room. No, I know your mud room. Yeah, your mud room probably be about that size because most people's mud rooms. Yeah, that's probably perfect size for a mud room. A mud room, guy, at a house is where they have normally a little bench in there. You sit down on the bench, you pull off your shoes, and you put your shoes up under the benches or cross in front of it. And then up over your head, normally you got hooks where you hang your jackets or your coats or your stuff when you come in. And when you're coming into your house, you through the back entranceway. Whether most times it's through a garage or through the washroom, but before you get into the house, you step into the mud room. And then you pull off your shoes and your jacket or your coat or your hat, and you leave them in that space. Then you come on through the house. That's a mud room. So maybe your mud room is about that size, I would say. Yeah, because depends on, yeah. Sometimes they're a little smaller. Most people don't want it too big because then the bigger it is, the bigger, more stuff is in it. Right. But anyway, maybe your mudroom is about the size of your cell. And I bet you're wondering, how can you sleep and live in a size of a mudroom? No, that's where you're going to be living, Puff Daddy. That's your space. That's your palace. That's your home away from home. Okay? You don't get all the creature comforts, or whatever you want to call it, in jail or in prison. But anyway, and then the next today, which was Wednesday, well, it was Wednesday, but on the 17th, which was no 18th, which is Wednesday, you and your attorney went back to the courthouse, back to face the judge again, back to try to get bail again for a second time. But you got a different judge this time. You didn't have the same judge. It's a different judge. Okay? What happened? Bail denied again. You know why, don't you? Because they think you're a flight risk. Here you flying well, that's devastating. I'm sorry. I should be more compassionate. Bail was denied again for a second time. I should be more sympathetic, but I'm not. But I'm trying to pretend like I am. Okay? So bail was denied again for a second time. I'm trying to be nice, trying to be sympathetic. Okay? Trying to show empathy. Okay? So bail was denied a second time. I know you felt very, very hurt. I know you was devastated, but I'm not devastated. A lot of people is not devastated. They're not taking it hard like you, Puff Daddy, an attorney. I know you was devastated too, because that means, oh, all hell gonna break loose on you, because that man is mad at you. P. Diddy is gonna be mad at you. You're gonna be some out. Ooh, I can hear that phone call now. He ain't worried about the fact that phone call is probably being recorded. He is letting you have it. And while he was in the courtroom, he probably wasn't saying nothing to you, but just gave you that look to let you know you in deep shit now. You are in trouble. Because I didn't get what I want. I wanted to go home. And he did not go home. So that's all I got to say, guys. I'm going to have to we're going to watch this portion from ABC News, okay? Let them explain it to you. Because I'm not that sympathetic. I try to be, but I'm not. I don't know whether that's wrong of me to say, just tell my true feelings, that I'm not. But like I said, this is going to be with ABC News, okay? And Sean Diddy Combs denied bail again in the SEX trafficking indictment, okay? Now, you're going to be able to find this information down in my description under credit, okay? So down in my description, you'll be able to find it if you need to look for it again. I'm just going to have to let them tell you about it, because I don't sound like I feel your pain. I don't, though. So I'm going to just let them tell you. Because, okay, guys, let them say it for me.
On Diddy Combs' case. He's back in federal court today in Manhattan, this time trying to secure bail. The music mogul was denied bail yesterday after his arrest on sex trafficking and other charges. Prosecutors say that the charges stem from years of sexual abuse and threats against women. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges, and he made that plea yesterday. I want to bring in ABC News' Alex Stone, along with ABC News legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer, for more on this. So, again, we're still waiting to hear the judge's decision today, because, again, his defense team is trying to get him out on this $50 million bond. And Alex, it does. Oh, my producer just told me in my ear he has been ordered held again. Okay, so Judge Andrew Carter has decided that Sean Diddy Combs will be held again in a federal facility. So let's jump off right there here, Alex, starting with you. We're learning from our Aaron Katursky, who's in that courtroom, that already this judge was pretty skeptical of some of the arguments that the defense team was making on Diddy's behalf.
Yeah, and that order just coming down right now, Kana, that through the day today, it appeared that the judge was from the beginning skeptical about this, talking about that video that was seen around the world in L.A. of Combs allegedly attacking his then girlfriend. And the judge saying, what's love got to do with that? As the defense had been saying that was a relationship that was deteriorating and that it was nothing more than consensual activity that then had deteriorated from there. But prosecutors said that Combs is a danger, clear evidence of dangerousness, a long pattern of abuse, they were saying today. But the defense offered the sun and the moon, saying, we will do anything if you allow him to post bail, $50 million bail. They would have off-duty police outside his home, control who comes and goes, take away his cell phone, anything that the judge was willing to do. And the word just coming in now, the judge saying, no way, he will remain in jail.
He certainly will. And again, sharing reporting from our Aaron Katursky that is in that courtroom, he said that Combs did not appear to react, but that he had his eyes cast downward while he was seated at the defense table when this all came down. And so, Brian Buckmeyer, to you, the judge said the defense proposal to this bail package was insufficient, and that the government, on the other side of that, provided sufficient evidence that Combs is a danger to the community and a danger to obstruct justice and intimidate witnesses. And Brian, I find some of that language particularly interesting when when you think about what his defense attorneys were trying to argue. And they were essentially trying to paint a picture of what it would look like if he was to be allowed out on bail, with security teams monitoring his comings and goings, who would come into the residence. And Brian, his own defense lawyer used the language, "What I'm trying to fashion is a situation where any witness intimidation would be virtually impossible."
Yeah, and that was the issue that we saw with the initial judge yesterday, that in evaluating this case for the possibility of bond and or bail, that there's always the issue of flight, whether or not someone's going to flee the state, flee the country, whatever it may be, and not come back to court, but also whether or not that Sean Combs's power and influence could be a force of threatening, witness intimidation, or reoccurring or reoffending in a way that would harm other women in his inner circle, so to speak. And so the defense is trying to fashion a way of saying he has no opportunity to intimidate witnesses, even though there's alleged evidence that he's reaching out to some of those women to try to ensure that they're not coming forward after that Cassie lawsuit came forward. But it seems like, as you quoted the judge, that was insufficient, that whatever the bail package the defense tried to put forward was not enough for this judge, Judge Carter, to say that he would be a safety to the community and would return back to court on each and every date.
I mean, right. Again, there was a head of a private security firm even appearing in court. There would be a pre-approved list of visitors, and Combs would have no access to his cell phone or the internet under this defense proposal that, again, was denied by the judge today. So he will remain in a federal facility until court. And Alex, as we read some of these notes again from Aaron Katursky, it was really interesting when the defense, tried to talk about the trust that they were trying to build with the court in terms of getting Diddy into New York ahead of this and ahead of his arrest, knowing that this was coming. And at one point, the defense called Diddy an actual altar boy. Alex, the judge pushed back on that pretty quickly.
The judge did push back on that, saying no, that you can't say that. And they said today he is eminently trustworthy, is the quote that was used in an argument to the court, saying he came to New York. He is not going to flee. We're going to put all of these different aspects into play. And he will put up $50 million, his Miami home. His family members would sign off. He wouldn't be able to travel. Women would not be able to come into his home. And then they went beyond that. When the judge seemed like he was skeptical today, they said, well, all right, what about these other things of putting police outside his home, keeping a log of visitors coming in and out? But the judge today saying the government, reading Aaron's notes here, the government had provided sufficient evidence that Combs is a danger to the community and a danger to obstruct justice and intimidate witnesses. A lot of this coming back to prosecutors saying he had tried to reach out to an alleged victim, saying essentially that if she continued to defend him and stayed on his side, financially she would be okay. They said that was a problem and made their argument today. And the judge coming down on the side of prosecutors.
Certainly did. And Brian, it sounds like he's going to be held in a special housing unit there in Brooklyn. Are you able to read us in on what that's like at all?
Yeah, so he's going to be in the Metropolitan Detention Center. We call it MDC. It's where Sam Bankman-Friedman, where R. Kelly was pending prosecution. It is called a special housing unit, but people who are there call it the SHU, S-H-U. It's a part of segregated population where people are not in what you often hear as Gen Pop or general population. Some of the difficulties of that, I've had clients in the SHU, is sometimes they literally go missing for some 30, 45 days. It's sometimes a place where people go when they have infractions while they're incarcerated. And what I mean by disappear is they don't have access or full access to phones, the internet, calls. Sometimes when my clients go into the SHU, the first time I hear about it is when their family members say, Mr. Brian, I can't find my son. I can't find my loved one. Where are they? And it's only through investigation that we find there's an infraction of something in the sense that they're in the SHU. So to the defense attorney's point, Mark, he's saying it's going to be much harder for him to try to mount a defense based on the limitations of where he'll be in that SHU. Again, S-H-U, not like an S-H-O-E, based on just the ins and outs of how segregated population works in MDC.
Wow, how times can change here. In nearly a year, this investigation has been going on, and it wasn't that long ago that Sean Diddy Combs was offered a key to the city there in New York, where he is now being held in a federal facility awaiting trial. Alex and Brian, our thanks to both of you.
Guys, let me just tell you, that was the most information I have gotten from anybody That was powerful information. That was the most information. You all make sure you share this video. That was, everybody need to hear what these experts were saying. Okay? All three of them. The lady that was reporting it, the two other guys that was on the panel, they had the most information. When I say, okay, so the judge is Miss Carter. I can't remember whether it was a man or woman, but it's Carter. Carter, okay? And his attorney called him an altar boy. Can you believe it? Altar demon. Okay? They, like I said earlier, that $50,000 that they had for his bail earlier. Remember I said that? I even brought it up yesterday in my video yesterday. No go. You keep your 50,000, not 50,000, I'm sorry. 50 million. 50,000 to him is like 50 cents. But, no, 5 cents. I'm going to say 5. I'm not going to say the word 50. Oh, no. 50 million. Don't ever say 50, okay? Y'all know what I mean. Okay. But anyway, that $50 million, no, they don't even want it because you're not getting out. But they got him in a special housing unit. It's called a shoe. And it's not like a shoe that you put on your foot or on your feet. It's SHU. S like in Sam, H like in Harry, U like in unit, umbrella. The shoe is called the shoe. And you can go missing, like he said, in that place. We're going to talk more about the shoe when I do my next video. I'll make a video and talk more about this unit, this special unit. That was some powerful information, okay? So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Make sure you hit that like button on this video and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, so I can keep you updated. But also make sure you go ahead and share this video because this video gave you more information about what it's going to be like for Sean Diddy Combs starting like now. He's already starting that process. He started that process already. So you get a chance to, and I'm gonna go into that facility, not go in, but I'm gonna go into more in depth about it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my due diligence on that so I can bring you more information. And I'm so glad I put this out for you all so you can see it. And the housewife. I'm gonna bring it for you, okay? But guys, I'm gonna have to say bye for now, okay? I've got to go.
Yes, we are. Yes. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Okay? All right. Okay, guys. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.